Hi everybody, it's XG with me and it's your girl BG and I'm back with another video. Excuse my hoarse voice. I just got back from 2 weeks in Japan getting to see XG play in Osaka and Yokohama. I went to all 4 shows. It was absolutely incredible. I got to be there when Woke Up came out, so I got the album and some really cool flyers from Tower Records as well, which was super awesome. A design on the back, super cool. And so I got to see Woke Up before it even came out when they did it in Osaka, which was amazing. And I took some fan cams of that and some other songs, so I'll link those below if you'd like to see. But that's why my voice is wrecked from going to all the shows and singing. But thank you to anyone who I met, who came up to me and spoke to me. Thank you so, so much. I displayed some of the things up here that I got. I didn't have space for everything because there's so many cool things. But thank you to every single person that came up to me, gave me something, said a kind word, took a picture. I really, really appreciate it. It was so, so wonderful. Like I said, I got to hear Woke Up in Osaka, and then I got to watch the music video when it came out at Tower Records, which was really, really cool. But I still did want to do a reaction and rewatch it here because there were some things that really stood out to me that I just wanted to talk to everybody about and see what everybody else thought. So I think the first time I'm just going to watch it through again and enjoy, and then the second time I'll stop and talk about specific things. So let's get into it. The visuals are crazy.
Yeah, I've been here waiting, looking at him, trying to catch up, take it how you wanna take it. Left the place in panic, left to take
Oh
another
my gosh, I
planet, left to
never
make
thought I
another
would see
statement.
Jern in a
HG,
football
baby,
helmet,
say the
but I
names right, spell it out
live.
so you can learn it. It's metal ties when it's turning.
Oh my
It's metal
God,
fire
I
when
love
it's
this
burning.
woman.
Could tell we all made it work for us. Made it, but
Harvey!
we had to work for it. Work, 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 so perfect that it hurt, don't it? Surf on
I
it. Right away,
love
right away,
this.
right away. 'Cause we had the right away.
And I love this
Vibe,
white
vibe,
to
vibe,
black.
vibe,
Oh,
fly
the
away,
transition is so cool.
Drop top in a coupe outside with a
Jisa!
hot box to display.
I love the lights. It's like almost like just rainbow lights around her. Really, really cool. She's a rapping like hello. We love. Ah, Maya. Her presence is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. The power she has is immense. This still gets me emotional when I watch it. I cannot. And I'll talk about seeing her live with her hair like this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jern in a schoolgirl outfit. Dead. Wow, Hinata in this web. Wow. And this blue hair. She kills it. Go Juria! Oh my gosh. Absolutely beautiful. I love this cut back and forth between Juria and Hinata. Maya! Wow, I love their nails that are like wolf claws. Love it. This shot of Harvey is a masterpiece. Like, this is art. Everything just works for in this black and white. Oh my gosh. And the bars in this part, ridiculous. This needs to be hanging in a gallery somewhere, like a still frame of her in this dress. Ridiculous. Choreo! I love it. I can't wait to see the rap and dance challenge videos for this. Yes, and like the heat maps. Dum, 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 dum. I love it. Gosh, they're so badass. Wow, and the head exploding. Oh my gosh, this video is just so, so crazy. It's so, so cool. It was really fun also to see it when it came out in Japan and be around so many alphas and get to talk with everybody as you were watching. It was so cool. So this time I'm going to go through and stop on different things that I noticed and want to talk about. So let's go.
waiting, looking at him, trying to catch up.
I mean, the fact that Jurin is in a football outfit. First off, I do love that the shoulder pads are really cool. Like it says woke up on one side and XG on the other side, which I love. That's really, really cool.
How you wanna take it? Left the place and
Oh my God, this shot. And it's got fire. I think it's actually really cool with this helmet, and she's like the quarterback. I think that's interesting imagery because if you know anything about American football, the quarterback is basically the leader of the team. They're the one that are delineating information from the coach to the rest of the players. They're the ones that are calling the plays, kind of tweaking things, making last minute decisions. And they are the ones that kind of start off every play. It makes a lot of sense that Jurin would then have this outfit on because she is the leader of XG, right? And so that comes with a little bit more responsibility where maybe she's in talks a little bit more with Simon or the X-Galax staff and delineating some of that information to the other members. Also, she's making sure that, practices and time is being managed properly. And we've seen some of that in past videos of her talking with the rest of the members and making sure everybody's staying on track. Also, for a lot of the songs, not all, but many of the songs, she starts them off. So that also makes sense and kind of matches with that quarterback vibe, which I think is so cool. I also love too, I don't know if I'll be able to stop on it. So her like grills in her mouth are also different. It seems like her and COCONA have the most different from the other members. The other members do have slight differences in their grills as well, but they're more uniform. Jurin's here, it almost looked like she has the I at the bottom and then the XG logo at the top. That's interesting too, because if she has the eye, it's like she's always keeping her eye on everything in the group, right? She's the one that's always making sure everything's kind of falling in place where it needs to go and making sure that everything is the way it needs to be. She's like the eye of the group, which totally makes sense. And that, her being the leader, she is kind of making sure the message of XG is being met, and it has XG on the top of her grill, which I think is really cool. I also love the fire that's coming out from the head as well. That could be many different meanings. One could be, they're literally on fire, right? They're so cool, they're on fire. But it could also be like that they're bursting with creativity and energy, and there's so many things that they want to share. It's bursting out of them, like in these flames, right? I think it's also good imagery, which we'll come to see too with Harvey, with kind of flame and rebirth, and always recreating yourself and not being afraid of kind of burning up to be anew, which I also think is really cool as well.
left to take another planet, left to make another statement.
Oh my God, this woman. And this red hair. That's another thing. So with the hair colors, when the teaser came out with COCONA with the shaved head, and then they were walking through the airport with their hair covered, people were like, did COCONA really shave her head? Did the other girls, dye their hair? So on the very first day of the Osaka show, I got to go to rehearsal, and so we actually got to see all of their hair first, which was really, really cool. And when Jurin walked out with that red hair, wow, soul left body at that moment. So the red hair, I'm absolutely loving on her. And actually, I just noticed in that, I'm gonna go back to the part there, that, actually on her, pants here, there's a star, which also kind of a callback shooting star. They always kind of keep with that star imagery and kind of sky alien imagery, which is also really cool. I love that the nails are also these huge wolf claws this time, not just regular nails themselves, which is so cool. And I just made a connection to of her in the schoolgirl outfit. That could almost be a metaphor for XG schooling us, right? They're teaching us what it means or what it can mean to be, K-pop, J-pop, X-pop, an idol, how you can actually morph and change within that space, and they're creating their own lane. They're schooling all of us. They're teaching us of what it can mean to be in this industry, which I think is also really cool. I love this, coming from the other planet, right? Almost connected to Girl Gang video, and she's in all white, and then she goes through this transformation. She heats up, right, with the flames, again, that flame imagery, and she metamorphosizes into this all black outfit, which I also think is really cool, showing kind of the duality or the different aspects of a person, and how you can change and morph depending on the environment you're in, which I think is really, really cool. And then we've got this like super beam, which we've heard in XG songs before.
Take flight, a playboy. When we step on the scene, we super beam.
Of Chisa coming in this car, which is really cool. Again, another way of kind of travel, moving to something new while retaining who you are. And I love the use of even all the colors. You could almost think of it in the way of like the different member colors, right? They all have these different colors, but yet they blend together and they work together so beautifully, and they help each other, you know, kind of morph and change as they interact with each other, which is kind of cool as well. So I love this imagery, and so different for Chisa, like crazy different. But she's still got that kind of classic XG eye makeup. Again, kind of that girl gang eye makeup, which is cool. This imagery here, right here with Maya, wow, of her coming in again with these flames, and how through fire and heat and pressure, you change, you morph, you grow, you rise, I think is really cool.
A little more than ordinary.
I mean, look at her standing up on this in this all black. And these really cool earrings, they're almost like these like dinosaur feet or like lizard feet or something, which are really cool. Again, kind of saying, you know, they're otherworldly, I think is really cool. And she's in this like business room, which is really interesting, right? And kind of saying, you know, they're not even going to listen necessarily to all of the rules and regulations. They're going to create their own, right? Like they're in the room now and they're going to help to create the rules now. And I think that's really, really cool of, you know, she's here rapping in this like boss way, right? But then she's in this almost like very restrained business outfit. Cool juxtaposition there as well. I like that. And they've got those wolf masks, which is a callback to Shooting Star. They also had in the Shooting Star music video, which is very cool as well. She's also got the claws again, and they start using the heat map. So you see her regular, and then you see her with the heat map as well, which is cool.
I'm the one that fear and keep it on the low. This is automated, I'm the motivator. Told my haters, y'all more the merrier. Y'all my entertainment, fascinated. I'm just laughing because it's so hilarious.
And even the person sitting down with like half their head cut off is really interesting as well. You know, she's basically inviting, saying, I don't even pay attention to the haters. You know, you can come after me if you want. But kind of showing that those people who are maybe saying those things, they don't know everything about XG. They don't know who XG really is, right? So they're kind of speaking, not actually knowing or having the knowledge behind what they're saying. So it's like you can disregard what those people are saying because you know it's like, it's half-hearted, half-headed, if you will. They're not completely saying that, knowing everything about this group. I think, you know, that kind of continues on with the theme of even when Jurin was speaking earlier about, you know, spell the names out so you can learn it, right? Talking about how, you know, we're going to be here. You can talk about us all you want. At least learn our names, know who we are, right? We're going to be here for a while. And Harvey saying things like, you know, we all had to work for it, but we're going to ride this wave. Like, we're here now. We put in the hard work. Doesn't matter what anybody says. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep working for it, right? I think that's really cool as well. I also love the use of the grills as transitions. They do this a few times where the mouth and the grills are actually a way to go from one member to the other, which I think is really, really cool. COCONA also has a very different grill to everybody else, which is interesting. It's more like animalistic in hers. This, I mean, that transition from her with the long hair to the short hair, seeing her in person with this hair, let me tell you, was such a beautiful, beautiful thing. The confidence that was coming out of her, like, it was emotional to watch because you could just tell how comfortable and confident and beautiful she felt in herself. And that just radiated to you as the audience. Like, it's almost, even though it's been such a short time that she's had no hair, it's almost odd for me now to see her with the hair, because this is just feels such an embodiment of her and so right for her. when I saw her in person, it just clicked like, oh, of course, she's meant to have this. Like, she's meant to have the shaved head right now. You could just tell how happy she felt, and just how beautiful she looks with this hair. And I think, you know, for any woman watching this, it's a really powerful statement of, you know, there's so many standards and things that we are held to. And especially in social media, or if you're an idol or a famous person, that's amplified tenfold. And being told you need to look a certain way. And so for her to just shave all her hair off and to say, you know, this is also beautiful, and this is also feminine, and this is also a woman, and this is also powerful, I think is such an incredibly strong message. So much that, like, I'm getting goosebumps even now talking about it again. And no matter how many times I see this scene, it still gets me choked up, because I don't know, it just, in one simple act of shaving her hair off, it says so much. And for her to do that at such a young age, at 18, and be willing to just do it and not care and have the confidence within herself to do that is just beyond incredible. And you could just tell the audience reception to her at the shows was magnetic. It was so incredibly beautiful.
Down for the bus down, went on tour, when the bus into the bus down, everything custom now. Friends rushing out, security had to push me out. 48 laws of power, let her go with a big motor on a kid though. Watch me rip though, watch me snap like Motorola flip phone. I don't.
This jury died when I saw this. Well, the whole video is gonna get a 10 out of 5 jurors. Let's just do that now. It's 10 out of 5 jurors. But this shot, I actually have to say, these two verses that Jurin has here, I'm pretty sure my favorite Jurin raps so far that we've gotten. Again, just the confidence, the style, the intonation, the cadence of her rap here is so fierce and so cool. And I love this little, like, dorky smile she's got going here. And she's got the 2 different color contacts in as well, which is just amazing. Wow, I've got to replay. I got to replay this part. And actually, just going back to COCONA here, I've got to give COCONA 5 out of 5 Jurins, just for how exquisite she looks here, just the power that she has here, and what this moment stands for. It's absolutely incredible.
Bus down, went on tour, when the bus into the bus down, everything custom now. Friends rushing out, security had to push me out. 48 laws of power, let her go with a big motor on a kid though. Watch me rip though, watch me snap like Motorola flip phone.
Dead.
I don't want to hit you this hard on the intro, bring that bounce like 6-4.
And her saying, like, I don't want to hit you this hard on the intro. You know, this is almost like the reintroduction of them, right? Like the intro to this new comeback, this new era of XG. So she's like, you know, if you think this is hard, like, this is just the beginning, right? Like, this is barely anything. So strap in and wait to see what the next phase is going to be, which is just absolutely incredible. And I love to, you know, that in the first shot we have with her, she has the helmet on, right? And then in this shot, she has the helmet off. Kind of this duality again of, you know, XG versus each member individually, right? And that people can see you in different ways. Sometimes they see you as that really strong, powerful thing, and you've got that armor on, like that helmet. But sometimes you're just you, right? Like she's just Jurin without the helmet. But even still, when she's just herself, if you will, she's still exuding those things, and she still embodies all of that. I think is just amazing.
Find me in Tokyo, rapping in a
Skirt. I love that.
Like
Oh, Hinata here.
Like
and I love the webbing, the eyes there.
Like so
you know, the webs just being pulled in all different ways. And I love the use of the butterfly. You know, butterfly also symbolizing like femininity and rebirth, and also, you know, butterflies go through several different phases, right? Like Jurin once even said she sees herself as a butterfly through that metamorphosis, and that they go through really hard, chaotic changes a butterfly does when it's in the chrysalis, but it comes out as this beautiful thing in the end. I think that's a cool imagery to put with her with the web. I love that. And look at Juria. This look is so epic. I love this. And with the eyes, they keep going back to the eyes. And we also have, if we go back to her here, we've also got the masks again, now in a different form, but we still have those wolf masks. And I think that plays to multiple things. One is like kind of this pack mentality, right? XG is a pack. We're in it together. We support each other. We love each other. But also it can be kind of facelessness and namelessness for maybe those haters or those people that come after them, right? And also kind of those masks act as people are not maybe seeing them for who they really are. They kind of see them or judge them by their cover, right? But not actually seeing past the mask or their face, which I think is really interesting as well. So I love that. I love this back and forth with Hinata and her. I love this. She is just epic. And then the head's exploding. And that even can go to, you know, a few things, either kind of, you know, blowing up the haters, not caring about them, like go live whatever you want. But the head blowing up could also be like, wow, blowing people's minds, like literally blowing people's minds of when they actually sit down and give this group a chance, they go, oh shoot, like they're really talented actually, like this is actually really cool. And so I like that juxtaposition as well. And then here we even have like more people in the masks adding to the pack, which is interesting as well. And actually even Maya wearing those clear glasses, it could almost be symbolism for they're seeing clearly, right? They see their path now. They know the path they're on and they're completely committed to that, right? They see the vision, they're in the vision, they're living it, which is really cool. This imagery with Harvey blows me away every single time. We've got the big wolf head, which is just absolutely incredible. And she's kind of riding the wolf on top. We've got alien imagery. We've got sparks flying. Absolutely incredible. I love her makeup. And she's got a similar kind of headpiece to what Hinata had on as well. And we've got more of those kind of like butterfly wing imagery and the fireworks. Oh my gosh, and then she's got the crown on. And I gotta go back because the lyrics of her part here are just ridiculous. And actually, going back to Harvey, you know, she's like, you can call me Harvey, but I'm not your Barbie doll. I love that. And that kind of calls back to the beginning again with Jurin when she's like, spell the name out so you can learn it. Like, know our names, call us our names, respect our names, right? Like I'm Harvey. People want to say I'm like a Barbie. I'm Harvey, right? Like I love that connection and that through line.
Black on black on black outfits all packed away, packed away. C to the LC, oh that's me, Lord have mercy. Young queen better act like an onion.
Young queen better act like an onion. I love that because yeah, she's 18. It's crazy. This girl's 18 years old, but she walks around with this swag and this wisdom in her that is just so beyond her years when she gets on screen. And I love the juxtaposition of that with her being like the Maknae of XG, right? But her presence is so wise and far beyond her years, and kind of the power, I know I keep using that word, but the power that she's walking with right now is just so far beyond that of 18 years old that I just think that line is so cool.
Young blow, but I'm built like an OG.
You know, built like an OG, right? Like she's not here to conform to any new rules. She's going to stand by what makes sense for her and go by what she believes in. This shot here with her on the stairs in this beautiful dress. And I love that they put her in this dress with the shaved head, with the crown. Again, mixing, you know, these things that are traditionally feminine with, you know, her hair, which is not seen as feminine traditionally. I think is this beautiful marriage and showing again how those two can exist. And I think that goes for all of XG, right? Like they can be really harsh and rap and do all those things, and they're still women and they're still feminine and they're still beautiful. Those things can live together, which is just amazing. And I love how kind of, you know, the wolves were sitting next to her before, but then they get up and now they're surrounding her, kind of almost protecting her now, which is really interesting. And their eyes have now lit up. So it's like, oh, now, I don't know if you necessarily would say they're under her spell, but now it's like they understand, they see it, and they're kind of rallying with her, which is really cool. Oh, amazing. God, an attack. I love it. Oh my gosh, this choreo.
up looking like this. Woke up looking like this. So don't get under my skin. Woke up
They're
looking like this.
killing it. Yes. And Sienna also choreographed this. Shout out to Sienna. Anything Sienna and XG is epic. Like, look at them walking and everything's just like exploding around them. It's so cool. And again, the kind of head exploding here, kind of going back to, we saw a smaller head explosion earlier of just, you know, you're going to blow people's minds, but you're also blowing up the system, right? This thing that has been there for so long, you know, you're kind of dismantling it in this powerful, quick, chaotic, explosive way. And you're not apologizing for it, right? You're just staying with that, staying on your course. And if that blows some things up, if that upsets some people, you know, so be it. It's going to be what it is. And I love that they're committed to that. And the head blowing up is also in conjunction with these fireworks. And fireworks usually are meant for kind of celebratory occasions. So looking at this kind of blowing up the system as a positive thing, right? And kind of paving the way for this new path of, hey, if you want to follow us on our path, awesome. But regardless, we're going to be on our own path, which I think is just so, so cool. This video as a whole is just absolutely gobsmackingly good. It blows me away every single time I see it. The lyrics in it are so impactful and just show kind of the path and the way that XG is going to be going down this year. I feel like their confidence has just skyrocketed. You can tell they truly believe in this new vision. Getting to see the shows live and the joy in which they were carrying themselves throughout the show was just so humbling and so sweet to see them absolutely crush the performances, but have so much fun while doing it. So if this is just the beginning, I'm so stoked. We're going to be getting finally more up close visions of this with a choreography video, but also they're going to be performing these on some Korean music shows. So we'll get to see that choreo a lot more up close and intricately, which I'm super, super excited about. But this is just out of the park, incredible. So let me know what you thought below, and I will see you around for another video. Bye-bye.